Hey everybody, it's Tanya. Listen, I want to read this poem to you. This poem used to really mean a lot to me. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal. I cannot be comprehended except by my permission. I mean, I can fly like a bird in the sky. And this is an old poem called Ego Tripping, and it's by Nikki Giovanni. And I remember the first time I really read that, and I was in graduate school, I was doing some graphic design studying, and I did a project and I used just that part because this is not the whole poem. It's just the last few stanzas of this poem, because it reminded me when I was doing this project that there was a when I was young, I used to really love birds. I thought birds were just so majestic simply because they could just pick up and go. They didn't have to feel stuck where they were. They could go up and go. And with the way that my life was feeling when I was younger, I just felt like if I could just go, I would just feel so free. Really that would be the big thing for me, that the sense of having freedom, and the freedom being tied to just walking away from the circumstances that I found myself in at that time in my life. And it was more like how, things that were going on in my life as I was growing up that I didn't really know how to cope with. I didn't know how to deal with. But it's like I was still just walking through life, doing what I thought I had to do, doing what I thought I knew to do, but really feeling like if there was a different way to live this, I might feel more free. And, I'm all these years later, I'm not going to say how many, but all these years later, and it feels like I've finally gotten to the point of experiencing or even feeling the level of freedom that even this book, this poem talks about. I can fly like a bird in the sky. And the sense that I had about the birds and the desire to be as flexible and as free and as able to just soar over all of the painful stuff that I had experienced in my life. It's like, even though I wanted to be able to just walk away from it, I couldn't. Life just said you can't just walk away from it. You have to walk through it. And the releasing of the experiences, the releasing of the beliefs that were very limiting for me in my life, the releasing of all of the negative emotions that kept me doubting myself and kept me feeling like I wasn't worthy of love or of success or of really having the things that I wanted in my life. Those emotions and feelings I was able to release. And like I said, I couldn't circumvent it. I couldn't walk around it. I had to actually go through it and allow myself to heal from it. I mean, really go through it, look at it, all the experiences, look at all of the beliefs that came along with those experiences, look at what I was told was true about me, and see if I thought the same thing that I thought it was true about me. Look at all of it and make some decisions about whether or not that was appropriate for me, whether or not it was appropriate for my life, and in the places that it wasn't, make a different choice. Woo, what can I tell you? But in the process of doing it, I finally feel free. The kind of freedom that I had hoped for when I was young. And when I'm saying young, I mean before I even graduated from high school. This is early in my life. I knew that there was something I really wanted to be like those birds and just be able to fly away. I finally got into that level of freedom. And it took work, y'all. It took work. And what I'll say to you is that it didn't matter. It doesn't matter how old I am or how many years it took to get there. The bottom line is the work that was done allows me to have the sense of freedom in my life now. So however many years I have to live, that freedom goes with me from this day forward, or from when I really began to feel it forward. Everything I do embraces or allows me, everything that I do, I'm showing up with this level of freedom, with this level of expectancy, with the level of acknowledgement that I have made some decisions about my life based on my decisions, not based on what other people think or what they thought or what they were telling me I could, should, be able to do, what I'm worth, or how I should be living. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It really is based now on my belief, my intentions around my own life, and that makes all the difference in the world. And so if you're interested in really finding out what that's like, what it feels like to have that kind of freedom in your life, then I would say join me. Look at the link in the chat below and just register. It's a complimentary webinar. It's talking about releasing the emotional weight. And I do believe that if you are serious, no matter where you happen to be in your life, if you're serious about releasing things that limit you, releasing the emotions, the grievances, the grudges, the hurts, the bitterness, the abandonment, the rejection, the shame, all of those things, the anger, the frustration, the disappointments, if you want to actually see what it feels like to live your life at that level where that stuff is gone, then I invite you to join me, because it is the thing that's going to show you it's possible to do. It is truly possible. And if you don't know that for sure, this is the time that you can find out.